What's going on, Clash Bashers? Rocky here today, and today we're here to showcase some attacks from our war, Mad Ram vs WHF Rising. I told my guys if they ended up winning this war, I would go ahead and recap it for them and show off some of their lovely attacks, and well, they did just that. They won. They actually almost perfected WHF Rising, which was really impressive to me. WHF Rising, obviously a part of the WHF family, so a nice moral victory for us as a clan. 74 to 65 there. We're gonna show off some town hall attacks from 10, 11, 12, show off a bunch of different stuff for you guys here so you can kind of see some of the variety. If we take a look at the map, we just did a pretty good job executing our plan, and like I said, we went 74 out of 75 stars, leaving that last base there with the 87%, but not too bad. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these attacks, but before we do, guys, make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications, and also leave a like in the video if you end up liking it. Let me know by leaving a like on it. And if you guys want to see some of these wars broadcast live, I try to stream the end of our wars, which is usually around 8 p.m. Eastern time, give or take. It depends on when the wars go, but I always try to at least get the end of the wars if I'm able to, and stream some of my attacks in there as well. So if you ever want to see some live attacks, come on out to the streams. If you want to see what's going on with our clan, come on out. It's a good time for everyone. So let's go ahead and hop into our first attack, guys. So our first attack is going to be by JC here, and he's going to go in with a kill squad E-drag attack. This is a nice little bit of a hybrid attack. Well, usually we're seeing just like really hardcore E-drags or just, you know, really light kill squads, but he went with a little bit of a heavier kill squad and quite a bit of balloons here. 14 balloons, 5 E-drags, and the kill squad's going to come in here targeting these 3 air defenses, the clan castle, the eagle, trying to target as much of that as possible, and that's why he went with the heavier kill squad, to get as much value as possible out of that kill squad. I mean, this base gave quite a bit of value, so he had to take advantage of that by getting all those objectives out. That way the E-drags will have a nice run at it. And then he actually has a blimp in there also that is filled with balloons that you'll see he uses to take out one of the single infernos, which actually comes in pretty clutch. So all 3 air defenses are down at this point. The queen is working on that dragon. The witch is being poisoned, which is great. And just lots of defenses going down. That's what you want to see. Queen's going to pop her ability here in a second. Get out that expo right there. She's going to go over there and pop that cannon. And she's going to make the smartest decision ever and take out that eagle. I don't know how that 200 IQ queen just happened, but she targeted that eagle out of all 3 of those defenses. And then in comes that blimp. The blimp's going to go ahead and have those balloons in there. He's going to use that just to make sure that back end inferno is taken out, because he's going to go in on this top right side over here. That way, you know, he doesn't have to worry about an inferno burning up his E-drags. And honestly, really smart thing that he did that, because if that inferno was up, he would have had some problems. But here come the E-drags. Like I said, 5 E-drags, 14 balloons here. Warden set to air. Going to go ahead and freeze that single inferno, freeze that expo, get those taken out really nice and fast with the balloons and the E-drags. The nice line of balloons going to take down this Tesla farm without a problem. That Tesla farm goes down in a hurry, freezing the Giga Tesla while those E-drags kind of work their way through, using another rage to get right up in there. Unfortunately, the Warden not really over there to protect those E-drags that are on that Giga Tesla, but it's all right. Queen goes down, and like I said, JC has a nice run at this base. It hits the Warden's ability right there as those other E-drags come over, and just a few defenses that can target his E-drags up with 3 E-drags out of the 5 still remaining. It's going to get there. Only the 2 Archer Towers at this point really going to be able to do anything, but that one Electro Dragon did have low health, so it goes down pretty fast, but the other 2 Electro Dragons have enough health that he's going to be able to get through here. They just move kind of slow, but that chain lightning, oh, that chain lightning is absolutely disgusting. You'll see here as they charge up and just get ready to wreck, it just blasts through everything. The E-drag making another 200 IQ decision, going over there, taking out the Archer Tower, and from there it's just all cleanup, guys. A nice, well thought out attack by JC, a really well executed attack, and got the triple there on that base. A really great plan, really great execution on his attack. Let's hop into our next one, guys. Next up, we have X, who is almost like our resident bow witch guy. He uses bow witch quite a bit, and he's actually really good with it. So he's going to have giants in his wrecker. He's going to have giants out in front, just kind of tanking for all the witches. He lays down a nice line of witches there to create some skellies and kind of get that funnel on the outside worked out. And then you'll see all those bowlers come right up into the center of the base. You see that wrecker just going to work on through there. Freeze spell going down on the multi-inferno and the queen just to slow those things down. But here he comes in towards that Giga Tesla. Clan Castle troops coming out. Warden ability to save his troops through the Giga Tesla. And we see the baby dragon, the big dragon, the balloon being poisoned there, getting worked on by the queen and the witches. And on the outside, we have witches and bowlers just working their way through as well. And that's really what you want to see, just kind of a nice little line phasing through the base and just taking out everything all at once. And this one gets home pretty nice. He had another triple this war, but I thought this one was the nicer out of the two, so that's why I went with this one. But like I said, X kind of our Town Hall 12 Bow Witch expert. I mean, he uses it quite a bit, and he's pretty consistent with it. If he's not tripling, it's a high 90%. He's barely missing, so that's why I want to show this off by X. That way you guys can kind of get a feel for what he does here. He's really good with the spell placements, really good just predicting what's going to go on, and then, you know, back-end witches on this one going to obviously save it. But a lot of times that's what happens. One side kind of fixes the other because witches are so strong, spawning all those skeletons, that's all you need. Just get those skeletons through there. King beating on a wall, and he's just going to have enough to get through this one here. King, oh, that king, I don't know what that king was doing during this attack. That king was trying to lose the raid, but luckily for him, enough bowlers, enough witches up to take out that wizard tower, and then from there the Larrys will get in there, take out that inferno. Like, seriously, what is the king doing? The king almost had that other wall destroyed, and he's like, actually, I'm going to go back and beat on a different wall, because why not? But there we go, a nice triple from X, another 12v12 right there. Like I said, our Bow Witch expert here in Mad Ram. And speaking of Bow Witch, we have a Town Hall 11 Bow Witch also from Devastator here. He's getting pretty good with it. He's been hitting a lot of Bow Witch triples. He's actually going in from the top side here. My notes were, I looked at the notes for the next attack, but he's got Valkyries in his wall wrecker right here. He's going to come in from the top side and work down towards the Town Hall, and you'll see that that wrecker actually gets through quite a bit of this base, throwing in all those bowlers, throwing in all the witches, just working that outside funnel and working through the center of the base. Nice free spell right there to freeze up that single inferno. We see the baby dragon, the Valkyrie. It looks like a bunch of archers and goblins in the town, or the clan castle rather, just kind of just try to, you know, do anything, but they don't really get home. That baby dragon's still up. The baby dragon does last enough to make a problem, but Valk's out of the clan castle enough to get that single inferno down, and then from there it's just gonna wreck out, guys. You see the queen still doing work, still see that king just work right there, kind of tanking for everything. Rage spell up just to get through those walls. Queen doing queen things, going into each individual compartment and trying to survive. But the warden is trailing behind with the queen here, so hits the ability there and doesn't really get as much value as you'd like, but that's okay. Still got the queen's ability, still got tons of witches down here with a few bowlers to get through these remaining defenses. Just a few Teslas, a few mortars up. And like I said, a nice clean attack from Devastator. He's been doing a really good job with his bow witches, planning them out and getting some triples, and that's what it's all about. Getting those triples, getting those 3 stars, and just reading the bases. Usually when we're looking at a bow witch base, we want a base that we can have a nice line through with the wrecker and have a nice line, you know, using our jumps to get through the base. And that's usually what ends up happening. If we have a line through the base that we think we can get the wrecker right through there, we'll just go ahead and bow witch it. Not too much splash on the outside. Works out a lot of times here. Next up we have Caleb, and I was really impressed by this one. We were talking about miners, I think, last week or so. And Caleb coming in with a miner attack at Town Hall 10. He's going to use those minions to kind of clear out a lot of that trash. Use his queen right here to clear out some of the trash, and then just send his miners right up through the center of the base. He's even got miners in his wrecker, getting those max miners in there, and that wrecker gets pretty far into the base. So it kind of comes in clutch. By the time those miners come out of the wrecker, it's pretty useful where they're at. His king right there, only a level 30 king, but the king's just going to be used basically to help the funnel out. All those minions just cleared out trash buildings. That's all they did. Cleared out all those trash buildings, and then he's got a nice line right up through the base. Low CC, a lot of times that's what we're seeing when we're seeing a miner attack. A low CC. That way you can freeze that balloon, or not freeze the balloon, poison the balloon, and the lava hound's not really going to do enough to matter as far as, you know, before it pops with hounds. But nothing's going to be there to pop that hound, pop the hound into pups. So it's not going to be a big deal there. And you just see him being nice and patient on his heal spells, getting those troops, the miners, right through the base. Like I said, the wrecker makes it almost all the way through here, which was absolutely insane. But yeah, nice patience on the heal spells here. That's what you need with the miner attacks. You don't want to just burn through those heals for no reason, and Caleb did a really good job just kind of conserving those. Here come those max miners out of the wall wrecker, taking out that wizard tower, and then they're going to split off there, take out the archer tower, take out the Tesla, And then that's pretty much all the defenses, guys. Just got that last mortar up, last cannon up there being worked on by that minion, which no big deal, right, guys? Once that cannon goes down, once that mortar goes down, there's nothing that's going to hurt those minions, or the miners, rather. Tons of miners left on this attack. I couldn't believe how many miners he had left. Like, that's just really well executed, just really well planned out. And then that minion, of course, minion clutch on that cannon there. But a really well executed attack by Caleb. Miners is working really well. I mean, I wish I was better with miners. I feel like I need to practice them because Caleb out here doing some work. A very nice attack. Great use of the troops to funnel in and get a nice line through the base for those miners. Next up, we have Alchemist going with a Frozen Witch. And this is an attack we're seeing get a lot more popular in our clan. A lot of our 10s starting to use the Frozen Witch. And Alchemist, honestly, this is kind of his attack. He was kind of struggling at Town Hall 10, kind of trying to find something that works. And then he started learning Frozen Witch. And it took off for him. He's been Frozen Witch attacking a lot of bases and having a lot of success with it. Something I found unique on this attack that he did, and I didn't really notice that he did this until I watched the replay. He had a P.E.K.K.A. in his wall wrecker. The P.E.K.K.A. with a couple giants in there to kind of tank through. But he does a great job pacing his freeze spells, using those rages to get through those problem areas, even bringing that extra healer for the bottom side there just to make sure those witches stay alive as long as possible. Freezing the splash damage, freezing the Inferno, even freezing the Queen right there. And you see right in there, kind of hard to see, but that P.E.K.K.A. is in there. Going to work on that Queen and just help get through the base. A nice use of the P.E.K.K.A., honestly. A nice little tanking type troop that does some good damage. And that P.E.K.K.A. gets out in front of everything and is a big problem for this base because those max P.E.K.K.A.s actually have quite a bit of health. So a really interesting use of the P.E.K.K.A. there by Alchemist. But like I said, Alchemist has been doing a great job using the Frozen Witch to get some lovely triples in war. Really proud to see his progression as an attacker. When he got up to 10, he was struggling hard, but he's been a Frozen Witch king lately. Absolutely wrecking the Frozen Witches. Oh, let's go. With tons of witches up, still got his Queen's ability, and it's just going to be GG from there, guys. Not even close. Healer's still up. Queen's still up. Plenty of witches up, plenty of skellies up, and that was just a really well executed, really well thought out attack by Alchemist. Does a great job picking which side of the base he wants to go on. Get that wrecker right through the base to tank, and then using that P.E.K.K.A. and Giants even to tank a little bit more. And just we see here, the reward is that lovely, lovely 3-star. You gotta love 3 stars, right, guys? But nice attack here by Alchemist. We'll see that little Tesla in the corner go down. But yeah, Frozen Witch, super powerful, guys. Definitely recommend practicing that one because it's a super powerful attack. We're seeing get a lot of triples in Mad Ram. And finally, we're going to show off Dr. Food. Kind of go with the traditional govaho here. No bowlers in this attack. He's got 23 Hog Riders, 4 Valkyries, and then he's got Valks in his Wall Wrecker. So a really kind of traditional govaho here. Going to use that Wall Wrecker to get all the way through, get towards the Queen. He's going to take out like all 4 of these little quadrants right here and just absolutely have a beautiful pathing for his hogs on the top of the base, and you'll kind of see how that works out. But like I said, a traditional govaho with the Wall Wrecker, like that's a beautiful thing. There's so many unique attacks in this war. When I went back and was looking for which ones I wanted to show off, I was like, oh, it's kind of hard just to narrow it down. But these guys did a great job this war, executing our plan and staying on with what we needed to do. There we go. The Wrecker gets through there. Like I said, Wrecker gets through, gets that Queen down, Valks out of the Wrecker, and then he's going to start his Hog phase right up top here, bringing in all those lovely Hog Riders, going to run away from the King right there, and it just gets home. This attack does very well for him. He's got 2 heals for those Hogs through the base. I don't know if this was fresh hit or not. I can't attest to that, but I feel like it was because I remember him talking about the plan. But healing in areas he thinks are going to be problem areas, always a good thing to do, kind of heal ahead there. Giant bomb goes off. He's going to go ahead or no, that was the bomb from the bomb tower, not a giant bomb. But go ahead, get those hogs nice and healed up, and you'll see right up through here, just plenty of hogs left, enough to get through here, get the triple. Oh man, the govaho, guys. Govaho getting 3 stars, and watch this hog split right here. Oh, nice little hog split. Get a few hogs going up top, a few hogs going to the bottom to those last few defenses, which actually leads to great cleanup. Because, you know, you'll have hogs at the bottom and the top. So, I mean, this wasn't even close on time. But when your hogs split like that, it's going to lead to great cleanup. Still has a wizard, still has an archer for the remaining cleanup on the base. And just a really well executed, really well thought out attack by Dr. Food. When he was telling me about this plan, I remember saying, I don't know if you're going to make it through all 3 of those compartments. He's like, that's okay, I'll bring a jump spell. But that wrecker made it all the way through. Didn't even really need the jump spell, just kind of used that jump spell to try to get more value out of his kill squad. But a really nice attack there by Dr. Food, getting through, getting that triple with the govaho, guys. Govaho! Oh, that's so exciting. So exciting seeing old attacks working. But there you guys have it. 74 to 65. Mad Ram getting the victory over WHF Rising. Mad Ram actually on a 5 award win streak right now. If we go back home here and take a look, we're doing pretty good here. 5 wins in a row. And what, 8 out of our last 9? 8 out of our last, we had some wins in there, but we've been doing pretty good. Going for our 400th win soon. I mean, we get 5 away from 400. Pretty proud of my clan. Pretty proud of these guys doing a lot of work, doing some great things in here. So shout out to them. I owed them this recap, and I'm really proud to do it, to be honest with you guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Keep on Clash Bashing.